Sorry, not yet.
Yay, she's stuck.
All right, so with that being said, are we ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna make
Huh?
it.
I'll miss you guys. Okay, really quick. What have we already learned about working with decimals? So we've added them, we've subtracted them, and we've multiplied them. Today we're moving on to dividing them. What can we take from our past experiences to help us out? Mia? Different strategies, yeah. What are some rules that we remember about adding and subtracting decimals? How do we know where to put the decimal? Yep, we lined it up, right?
You make a W.
Okay. And what about multiplying decimals? How do we know what to do with that decimals, Josh?
You take away the decimals and put it afterwards.
Because we counted how many numbers were past the decimal, right?
Yeah.
And then we
You
moved it.
basically made it like a W. And it's 2 times a double W.
Good, yeah. Any other ideas, thoughts? No? What was the answer called when we add something? Alex? Alright, what about subtracting? What do we call it? Finding the difference. And when we multiply, it's called the Quinton? Product. Does anybody remember that really funky word we learned a couple of days ago about dividing's answer? Division's answer?
And that's
You remember, Pedro? Quotient. Everybody say quotient. Good. Okay. So we just talked about all these different strategies, rules, and everything that we have to follow when adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. Do we think that there might be some similarities with dividing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Some yeah? Do some of you think no? Yeah? Some of you think yes, some of you think no. Okay, well now let's learn it so we can see if our hypothesis is right. Okay? Let's move to the next one. So today we're learning how to divide a decimal by a 1-digit number and a 2-digit number, okay? Our objective right here on the board says we will be able to divide decimals. Because remember, our standard was to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. We're on the home stretch, guys. Okay, so really quick, what's the point of learning math if we can't use it in the real world, right? We want to be able to know why this is important. Where do y'all think we would use this? Justin?
In the store.
In the store? Like going shopping? Carlos?
I just had it.
That's okay, bud. Josh? Money. Money was that like common factor that all of those things had, right? Because at the store, when we go grocery shopping, we pay with money. When we go shopping at the mall and we buy clothes, we use money. Good. What about if you work for your job in a store? Do you think you use money? So money's all around us, and so is dividing decimals. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. What about you, Tati? Oh, look at that. She said you can get a job doing people's taxes. Yeah, that's actually something really important. I didn't know if anybody would say that, but it's called accounting. One of our really good friends actually is going to school to do that. And yeah, that's something you'll have to do when you're older. Either you'll do it yourself or you'll hire somebody to do it. But that's why dividing decimals is important. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into today's lesson. So, how much do I Venmo my roommates? Who is familiar with Venmo? Raise your hand if you know what Venmo is. Raise your hand if you know what Cash App is. Raise your hand if you know what Apple Pay is. Okay, basically, for those of you who might be confused, which I don't think any of you would be, it's all the same, right? It's a way to send money online. So, when Miss Sapien pays for all of my food at the grocery store and I need to pay her for half of it, I usually Venmo it to her, right, Miss Sapien? Yep. So, we went grocery shopping, and we went to Safeway, and we bought a can of chicken noodle soup for dinner. We had it with some other food, but this is the important part, is we bought some chicken noodle soup, okay? And this can was 10.75 ounces, or 10 and 75 hundredths. Her and I are gonna split it, because like I said, we're eating other things. How can we make sure that we both get the same amount of soup? How many ounces do I need to make sure that I give Miss Sapien and that I give myself? What do you think, Mia? You split it, yeah. How can I split it, or what do you think, Mia? Yeah, how do I know what half of 10 is? Could I use division?
Yes. Yes.
If you think I can use division, give me a whoop whoop, whoop whoop. Heck yeah. Yep, Miss Krantz can use division. But guys, what am I dividing by? How many of us are eating this can of soup? Show me on your fingers. Alright, if you're giving me the peace sign, that's what I like to see. Who's my third person? I am. Sorry, I didn't invite you over. So, it's just Miss Krantz and it's just Miss Sapien, my roommate. That's it, just us two. So, what that means is I'm going to divide my can of soup, which is 10 and 75 hundredths, by 2, because there's 2 people, right? Alright, we've been talking about just normal dividing. What is the first question we ask ourselves? Azaria? And can it?
No.
So what do I do? Alright, thank you, Azaria. Who's helping me out with my second step, life? What was that? Good, and can 2 go into 10? Yeah, how many times? 5 times. Are you saying that 2 times 5 equals 10? Is that what you're telling me? So I put 5 right above the 0, right? Because that's how many times 5 can go into 10. It's 2. Where do I put the 10 now, Life? At the bottom of it? And do I just let it hang out, or do I do something with it? Good. And what do I get? What's the difference? Good. All right. Who notices that little thing that's right next to my 0? Poison? My decimal. Do you know what I'm supposed to do with it? Or you kind of like Miss Krantz teach me what to do? Oh, you think I bring it down? Does anybody else have a different thought? What do you think, Titi? Okay. Josh, what do you think?
Take a W.
Oh, big W. So he's taking what we know from multiplying. All right, guys. So in this way, dividing is kind of similar to adding and subtracting. So when we bring our decimal down in adding and subtracting, we bring it down to our answer, right? Did you notice that our answer when dividing isn't at the bottom, it's actually at the top?
Yes.
Did you notice that? So, you guys are all right in your own ways. So, we're gonna actually bring it up in a straight line. Remember, if I'm writing, you're writing. We're gonna bring it straight up because our answer is up. And we wanna put it in our answer and line it up just like we do with adding and subtracting, okay? Yeah, Mia, what's up?
So the 10 greater than 500, the decimal has 2 numbers in front of it. That's 2 numbers already laid down.
Perfect. Yeah, look at her. She's counting her place value and she says, I know there's 2 numbers in front of the decimal. So in my answer, there needs to be 2 numbers in front of the decimal. Perfect. Okay, so now I took care of what to do with the decimal. So Ms. Krantz is just gonna kind of like cross it out. We took care of it. Now what do I do next? What's now the next question I ask myself, Quentin?
Bring down the 7.
Perfect. TT, once I bring down my 7, what do I do? I ask myself a question, how many? Good. How many times can 2 go into 7? What do you think, Pedro?
3 times.
3 times, why not 4? Oh, guys, remember, if we can't get the exact answer, it's always better to go under, because we cannot go over. Everybody say with me, we cannot go over.
We cannot go over.
Okay, so, Pedro told me 3. What's 2 times 3, everybody?
6.
All right, do I put my 6 down here or up here?
Down here.
Okay, and where do I put my 3? Down here or up here?
Up top.
Thank you. Prince was like, up here. Okay, so now what do I do? Do I let it hang out, TT? Do I let my 6 hang out, or what do I do?
You gotta bring a friend.
Yeah? Sorry, you're so quiet. You're such a nice soft voice. What's 7 minus 6, everybody?
1.
Good. All right. Now, Josh, now I want to bring my friend. Which friend am I bringing? 5. And I get 15. Now what do I ask myself, Josh? We said how many times can... Yep, and what do we think? Oh, everybody's like, use your resources. Use your resources. How many times can 2 go into 15?
7.
Yes, because if I go to 8, then I'm going to go over. All right, do I put 7 up here or down here?
Up top.
Up top, yep. And what do I put down here?
14.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here just because I'm running out of space, okay? And what's the difference?
1.
All right, what is that called? Good, thank you, Mia, for raising your hand. All right, guys, but wouldn't it be super awkward if Miss Sapie and I, like, just left food in the can? And we were like, well, we're just gonna leave that there. We're not gonna eat that even though we're starving. Leave it for sure.
I had chicken before kids now.
This is not wrong. All right, 2 claps if you can hear me. All right. Give me 1 clap if you can hear me. Okay. That means we did it. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you guys are like, chicken soup is nasty. Leave it. But I can't just leave it. I feel like Miss Sapien and I just need to share every last drop of that soup. Do you know what I can do, Mia?
Oh, no.
No? Can I tell y'all what we need to do? All right, this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna put a 0 right here at the back. And then we are gonna go let it hang out with our number 1. With our number 1 down here. And what number do we get, everybody?
10.
How many times can 2 go into 10, everybody?
5.
How many times?
5.
Where would I put the 5?
Up top.
Good, and I'm gonna line it up right with that 0 that I placed there. And what's 2 times 5?
10.
And I'm gonna subtract and I get?
0.
Now am I done? Do I have any remainders?
No.
So that's what we do when we have a remainder, if we wanna split it completely evenly. Hold on, TT raised her hand and she is answering asking a question, so she has the floor. What's up? All right, do we have any questions about why we did what we did with the decimal? All right, do we have any questions about dividing? All right, everybody have it on their boards? Perfect. Keep your notebooks out, guys. Like I've been telling you, if I'm writing it, you're writing it. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to be going over this because, like I said, we have our test on Thursday. So we want to get ready, prepared, and learn everything we can so that tomorrow we can review. All right, so this says find the answer have 6 8/10 divided by 2. And look, they even give us this cute little picture right here. And it's showing us what it looks like to divide. It means that we're taking 6 8/10 and we're putting it into 2 even groups. So we're putting it into 2 even groups, just like how Miss Sabian and I evenly shared that soup. We've got to evenly share that 6.8. Okay? How can we do that? What did we just do, Mia? We split it. We divided, right? Could you use mental math if the number is pretty nice and easy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oops. Which of my friends in here wants to tell me which number goes on the inside? Nathan? 6 8/10. Azaria, what number goes on the outside? 2. All right, who's asking that super important question? Life? Can it?
Yeah.
How many times? Good. Where did I put 3? Good. What do I put under 6? 6, because 2 times 3 equals? I just want to make sure that we're all being respectful of our classmates when it's their turn to talk, okay? All right, what do I do next, Mia? Ooh, but wait, what is between the 6 and the 8? Perfect, and we're bringing that decimal right up to line it up, right? All right, now what do we do, Mia?
Bring down the 8.
Bring down the 8 because 0 needs a friend. Josh, how many times can 2 go into 8? 4 times? I like that. Josh used his fingers to skip count. He said, okay, we're going by 2s, and we gotta go to 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, it goes into there 4 times. Any of you skip count in here?
Yes.
Yes, I do all the time. So, Josh, where do I put 4?
Top.
Top, good. And what do I put at the bottom?
4.
You said 2, 4, 6. Good. So 2 times 4 is?
8.
Good. So I'm going to put 8 down here and find the difference. And what's my difference, Josh? Good. All right, everybody. Am I done?
Yeah.
Do I have any remainders left?
No.
All right. So we did this one all together. Now I want to see how we're going. Huh?
Okay.
What'd you say? All right. I want y'all to do this in your table groups for 1 minute, okay?
Write it out. Right.
Go ahead and start setting it up and solving like we've been talking about.
You see me cracking up?
With your mouth wide open.
I know. Well, it's funny that you went over there.
Because that's why you
Drew attention to it.
Oh, am I tripping? Are you guys talking about what to do? How to set it up?
I don't know if I've seen Carlos pick up his pencil until just now. First time I've seen you pick up your pencil. Really? You did what you were? Okay. Let me see it.
I'm
it up just like Nathan. Give me a yes. Alright. Alex, what is the first question I ask myself?
Can 3 on 4?
And can it? Can you show me? Alright. If you agree with Alex, give me a woo 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 woo. Alright. Zyra, can you do the second step for me and ask me the question that you would ask yourself? Yep, show me. Alright, if you agree with Zyra, give me a yeehaw. Yeehaw! Alright, Tati, what's the next? What do you do next? Tati, how many times? Ask yourself. Oh wait, Zyra already asked herself that. Zyra, so what do you get? What's 3 times 5? 15, good. So you put the 5 up here, which is great, but don't forget to subtract or to find the difference. Everybody, if I'm finding the difference between 15 and 15, what do I get? Good. And Titi really bad wants to show us how well she did, because she did it so beautifully. She got this great handwriting.
Please. Please. I'm begging, please. Please.
Yeah, look, right there. How'd you get 9? What do you multiply 3 by to get to 9? 3. Remember the rules that we created together. We all said we don't like it when there's background noise, tapping and clanking, and people talking when we're up here, right? All right, Tati. Ooh, what sound effect should we give you? All right, if you agree with TT, give me a whoosh. Whoosh. There you go, right on. All right. And if I wanted to check my work, Quentin, what could I do? What, Quentin? I can't hear you. Thank you, Quentin. Yeah, come up here and I'll get you out. All right, and so I would take my quotient, which is 15 and 3/10, and I would multiply it by 3. Everyone, what is 3 times 3? 9. What is 3 times 5? 15. What is 3 times 1?
Do you have your card?
Plus the one I carry? All right, and there's one number behind the decimal, so how many do I move forward? 1. Is that the same answer that I started with?
Yes.
We do it right?
Yes.
All right, give me it. All right, bring it back, y'all. All right, this next one is a you do. I'm going to give you 45 seconds for you to start it off on your own, okay? Ready, go.
Bring it to you. I have it. Go do your problem.
All right, if you're doing it on your own, does that mean you're talking? All right, just remember that. Bye. Just show me what y'all know. If you have a question, raise your hand. Let me come clarify it for you. If I was an alien, just kidding. I have 7 fingers, right? I have 7 fingers. Could I take away 14 fingers?
No.
So what do I put? All right, who's raising their hand to tell me what's next? Zyra, what is that cute little thing in between the 2 sevens? The decimal. Do I bring her down or put her up? Up, and do I put her wherever I want, or is there a special place?
What I want you to do, start over here, just put 14.
Yep, I gotta put her straight up. I gotta line that guy up. Line her up. All right, y'all. Now, I just pretend like my decimal doesn't exist. And I ask myself what very important question, Justin.
How many times
We can go more, right? Because we're trying
And what
to
is
get
the answer to that super important question?
5 times.
All right, and then I'm gonna run up here and double check the word, and I know that 4 times 5 is, and I'm gonna carry my 2, and 5 times 1 is, plus 2 is, can I go up by another 14? Remember, it's better to stay lower than to go too high, right? So where do I put my 5, up here or down here? Can I put it anywhere, or does it need to line up with something? Line up, thank you, Josh. And then I'm gonna put my 7 down here, 70 down here, because 14 times 5 is 70. And am I finding the difference or the sum?
Different.
Good, what's the difference between 77 and 7?
7.
70 and 77. 7. All right. What is this called?
Life.
A remainder. But remember, I'm not just throwing away that soup. So what do I do, Pedro? You can add a 0. Zyra asked me a very important question that I want to ask the rest of you. Do I put that 0 next to the 7 or next to the 5?
Next to the 7.
What is it?
Next to the 7.
Good, because if I put it next to the 5, that becomes part of my quotient, right?
Yes.
And it's not part of my answer, is it?
No.
Good. So now what do I do that I put the 0 there, Pedro? Bring it straight down. And I get? 14 times what equals 70? Where do I put 5?
On top.
Of what number?
5. 0.
Good, line them up, guys. And I'm going to find that difference again, and what do I get?
0.
Am I done now?
Yes.
All right, show me how we're feeling. Are we feeling here, here, or here? You really feeling that way? I know some of us keep teasing like, oh, we don't feel good, but when I told you in the small groups, that wasn't the story, so I want your honest opinion. We can joke later.
I'm not feeling good, but
That's okay.
my brain, good. Body, no.
All right. We'll talk about that later, everybody, but thank you for letting me know. I'm asking about Joe's brains. All right. Everybody got it down? Any questions, Tati? Can you what? No. Do we have one? Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's do one more you-do check. And then we are moving. All right, do this one completely on your own. I want to see where we're struggling and where we are succeeding. Is it okay to struggle, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. That only makes us grow better, right?
Yes.
Yes. We learn from our mistakes.
Try it. Zaria, you asked me one time, now put it away.
Show me on your hands how many more minutes.
Zaria.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all one more minute. Just show me what you know. If you have a question, this is when you raise your hand so I know what we need help on.
Okay, here you go. You set it up right? Yep, everything's okay so far. Instead of 8, you're making it. Yep. So what I would do is I'd count it. I would just say, okay, what's 22 plus 22? Start with that. So you do that over here. Okay. You're trying to get to 86, so you think you could add another 22? To 44? Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So we won. You're trying to get to 86, Trey.
If you wrote, set your problem up like this. Give me it. Show me the hands and everything so I can see who has it.
At 88, is that too big? Okay, so
There's a little aerobic
count how many times?
All right.
1.
Miss Chris first asked you to ask
That was
yourself,
too many though, right?
how many times can 22 go into 8? And Carlos, what is the answer? 0.
Subtract. So bring over your decimal. You're bringing that right up.
All right. What is the next thing we
You could only
must
it
do?
3 times. Put
Zaira,
You're saying
bring your decimal up. If I forgot my decimal, would I get a very different answer?
Yes.
My quotient would not be correct, would it?
Okay.
So it's very important. Okay, what's the next question we ask ourselves, Quentin? Because we said it couldn't go into 8, so then we moved on to and added the 6, which makes 86. And how many times did you say, Quentin?
Okay, so I would just come over here.
You showed me
Keep going.
when we were back there.
Until you get to 209.
How many times did you multiply 22?
22, yeah. So it's 8 plus 2.
3 times, right? And Quentin, did you put that 3 on top of the 6 or below the 6?
Okay, keep going.
Where?
Another 22. That's not where you
On
want
top,
22.
right?
Yes.
And what's 22 times 3?
Oh, 66.
Good. Pedro, am I finding the sum or the difference? Okay, so that means I'm subtracting. And what is the difference, Pedro?
20.
No, 0 plus 2.
Can I take 22 away from 20?
Keep adding.
Alright, what do I do next?
Keep going until you get to 209.
Pedro. Huh? Bring the 9 straight down. And I get? Alright, the last classes and I all decided that that is a big girl. She's a big number. And a few of us didn't know how to tackle it. So, what, do you guys know Jakai?
Yeah.
He showed me a really great strategy that him and Carly worked on together is they took 209 and they just continued to subtract 22 until they got to the lowest number. And then every time they subtracted 22, they counted it as 1. Would that work? Huh? You said 9 times? So you're saying 22 times 9 is the closest I can get to 209? Alright, come show me. Catch it. Ooh, almost there. Alright, show me what's 209. What's 22 times 9? 22 times 9.
Oh, did you get past 209? You got 210, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so erase that. Alright, let's count how many times. Is 210 is too big, right? So let's go to the one before that. Don't erase it. Would be 98. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Alright, so, Esba, you said 22 times 9 is 198. And so where do you put the 9? Up there. Good. And then he said that he's going to find the difference, so he subtracted. If I'm talking, are you? No. And he found the difference was 11. Are we allowed to have remainders, y'all? No. Finger wag. Alright, thank you for your finger wag. You may use the restroom. Alright. So, if I don't want a remainder, what do I do? I love the participation I've been getting back here, but I want some new friends to help out. Is this already? You did earn this level. Yeah. Zyra? What is 0 by the 9? Good. And then we are going to bring it down, right? What do I multiply 22 by to get 110?
Bless you.
Thank you. Josh just told me 22 times 5, y'all. 5 times 2, everybody is?
110.
Carry your 1. 5 times 2 again is?
10.
Plus 1?
11.
Whoa, is he right?
Yes.
Where do I put the 5?
On top.
Right above the 0, right?
Yes.
And then 110 minus 110 is 0. Do I have any remainders?
No.
Did I figure out my answer?
Yes.
Alright, Prince, how could I check my work? What's the opposite of division? Good, so if I multiplied my quotient by 22, would you expect my answer to be 8 and 69/100? Good. Alright, now let's do that little check-in. How we feeling?
Not good.
Feeling good? Okay. Let's go ahead and do a word problem together, and then we're gonna do our exit ticket. All right. So Meg is purchasing lumber to build a porch. The table shows the cost of the board. So if Meg buys a 12-foot board, how much does it cost per foot? Someone's in the restroom, so we can't go right now. So it shows us right here that a 12-foot board costs $6.48, right? And they want to know how much it's going to cost per foot. So what am I dividing?
The 12 by the number.
Well, that's if I wanted to know.
Wait, I think it's all the number.
I want to know how much 1 foot of board costs. So I need to divide the.
12.
No, that would be the opposite.
12 by the cost.
I need to divide the money because I want to know how much 1 board costs. So if I want to make 12 go to 1, it needs to be over here. Okay? Alright, I want you guys on your own to go ahead and divide this. And then we'll share as a class as I pass out the exit ticket. Go. Let's go. I should see it all in your papers. Alright, Justin, really quick, can you go right on the board what the answer would be to this problem? What you got? Alright, Justin, the only thing that I would suggest to you is just to make sure everything lines up. So really quick, I'm going to erase this. You got all of the numbers right, but remember, we want everything to line up. So if my decimal's right there, that needs to be right there. So 0, what did you say was right here? 5, and 4?
Yep.
Okay, do you see how it's lined up? That was the only thing I would suggest Justin to fix, but other than that, amazing job. Alright, y'all have your exit ticket in front of you. Go ahead and complete that. Once you finish, I want you to stick it in the air like you just don't care, quietly, and then go ahead and pack up and wait patiently. Those who follow my explicit directions will receive their cones for the day, and will get extra points. Miss Lopez's class was able to receive 15 points for their single cone. So, show me what I want to see and let's see what we can do for you. When you're done with the exit ticket, that's when you wave it in the air like you just don't care. Don't forget to put your name on it. Daniel, that's disrespectful. We don't talk to a teacher like that. We've gone over this every single day. No. You can do your work. You can go all day. Do you want to owe me lunch detention tomorrow?
So if I get wet,
Yes, please. Go ahead. You should start bringing your ID to school then.
I don't know where my ID went. What is my
Quentin, as you're collecting them, can you please double check everybody's name is on their paper?